Welcome back to Nick Lenz, Comic Corner Classic Lesson No Classics. This is episode number 2106 and Doubleshot number 2000. Yep, we're basically discussing two Legion of Superheroes books. This first book is focused on the pre-Zero version of the group, because this actually is one of their series, and features a character who was also concurrently appearing on the pages of Teen Titans at the same period of time. We have the Legion Foundations, collecting issues from the Legion issues 25 to 30, and the 2000 and the 3003 Secret Files Ortiz one shot. Basically starting out Connor Kent's time with the Legion of Superheroes. Yes, though they would also bring this up in the Titans, in issue of Teen Titans, issue 16, which was just after these issues, of him basically joining a team. This basically feels, if you read that issue of Teen Titans issue 16, there's a gap where he's on a date with Wonder Girl, and he disappears, and he's gone for 5 minutes, and he comes back wearing a classic Superboy attire, and he says he was there for a whole year, and this book kind of explains that. Though that book introduced the 3-boot version of the characters, this is mostly the post-Zero version of the characters. Yeah, that's most what this book is. Now, of course, the book is written by Dan and Annie Lenning. Yep, with the art by Chris Batista, Tony Harris, which I have met this guy. Really nice guy in person. I believe he was also the artist for James Armis' Starman. Tom Fester, Leonard Kirk, Paul Rubik, Eric Rett, and Dave Cochran. Yes, those of you not familiar with this guy, this is the guy who was one of the big name artists who were in Kenny X-Men with Chris Claremont. I believe he took over at the John Byrne left the book. The original cover is probably this one too. It's done by Tony Harris and Tom Foster. Most of these issues, it's basically the Legionnaires, basically doing typical Legionnaire things, while encountering a teenage version of Clark Kent in a flashback. Now, this basically would mirror what happened back in the Silver Age, a little bit. But it's standard Legion fare. And just, does normal stuff. But basically, it just explores Connor Kent's time with Legion Superheroes. That's what this book is. It's good. Nothing wrong with those issues. This book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Now I'm going to talk about a book that I still have not got the physical copy up, so I figured, okay, screw it. I'm just going to review the actual digital book of this damn thing. Because this is a book that actually does affect the Paul Levitz run book I am talking about. As a matter of fact, this book is basically pure setup for it. What book is it? Superman and the Legion of Superheroes. Yep, this trade here collects a complete story arc, and this builds upon the Lightning Saga. This was the reintroduction to the original version of Legion of Superheroes. This book contains issues from Action Comics 858 to 863 of the book. Yeah, anything you know about the Paul Levitz one that came afterwards, this book is just pure setup for. It's just basically, it's like the first part of that story. It's the next step after the Lightning Saga. Mostly put is basically Superman Worker Legion Superheroes for this one story arc, and it also deals with a guy called Earthman. Now, I did mention him in my review of the first trade to collect issues from the Volume 6 of Legion Superheroes, when he was part of the... Now, here, we see a lot of stuff, basically, that was brought in that book. This is where it started from. And he also had this crazy idea that Superman was not an alien. The whole thing of him being an alien was a big fat lie. And that he was actually an American-born superhero. He was born in the United States and got his powers from the sun. That released some alien experiment on him. That's what he believed. And he formed his own version of Justice League. Which, this version of Justice League was pure evil. And they would have been antagonists of the story arc. Oh, I should point out, this book is done by Jeff Johns. Yeah, the same guy who co-wrote the Lightning Saga with Brad Meltzer, with art by one of his most frequent collaborating artists, Gary Frank. Yes, there are several big-name artists in the last 20 years who work with him. There's Gary Frank, Ethan Skyver. Those two are the most noteworthy ones. Gary Frank actually still works with him. The most recent book I could think of they worked on was Doomsday Clock, a book that was delayed. This book wasn't. Because you have Superman in the future, working with lead superheroes trying to take down Earthman and his stupid ideas. And he's the original character for this story because, well, technically in a way, this is not his first appearance. He's an old Silver Age character. Yes, that's the thing about Earthman. Now, why is it called this? Because the whole thing about him is that he's the best way to describe him is that he's basically pro-human. That's the whole point of the guy. He originally was Absorbency Boy. Yeah, he's a character appeared first appeared in Superboy number 268. That is where he made his first appearance. And this guy is a creation, not Jeff Johns, you might ask. Oh no. He may give the name Earthman, but that's not who created him. It was two guys, and both of them were still very much alive. Mike Grell, and you scratch like, Mike Grell, you mean the guy behind Green Arrow? The second Vine, the one who wrote this 80 issues? Yes, same guy. With Carrie Bates doing the writing. Yeah, here's the weird thing about that character. Like, after this one-shot debut for this character, he didn't appear again until Legion of Superheroes Volume 4, number 24. That was his next official appearance. After this one shot wrapped up. No, seriously, that's where they have him show up. In a... It's like he just shows up there. Yeah, that's the thing about this guy. He shows up for this one issue of Superboy. And then he's never heard from him again until this very story arc. No joke. That is seriously true about this guy. Makes one appearance in 1976. And by the way, the first issue of the story arc, which he actually was part 2 of the story, it was back in 2008. So his next appearance was not for 32 freaking years. Yes. And they have to deal with also some xenophobia. There's also apparently them trying to have the United Federation plan trying to succeed. Like a lot of really good gripping storytelling. It's something you would see in like a mini-series or a popcorn flick. But damn good story arc. I love it. I give this story arc a 10 out of 10 because it's really freaking good. Yeah. It's like anything you know about a lead superheroes is in this book. Like here's a wonderful splash. Here's one of a splash page by Gary Frank. This splash page is amazing. Yeah, and you can definitely say this is just Jeff Johns building upon stories he's setting up. Yep. So we kind of have the joining of lead superheroes. By the way, despite the fact normally Cosmic Boy is depicted with RF being purple, here he's depicted in his old school 50s attire where it's pink. Yes, frickin' pink. Oh yeah, here's Dawnstar with her own boob hole. Boob window. Yes, seriously. Yeah, and also the little xenophobia stuff. And just, I just love this story. I thought it was really good. Yep. Yeah. Like I said, 10 out of 10. Excellent story arc. Yep, so that's pretty much it for the particular review. And I'm going to end the video tonight because I got to get ready for bed soon. So tomorrow, I'm hoping to get done more anime tomorrow. I have roughly 6 more anime to catch up with. Okay, next video. Bye.